Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you so much. Today I wanted to do a quick video on the most powerful tool I've learned that I've utilized on my awakening journey. And that is the power of doing nothing. The power of doing nothing at all. So much in our lives we're led to be busy, frantic, to do unproductive action, or to when we try to solve problems we actually just create more problems. And this is because when you're focused on a problem, that's where your consciousness is, on a problem. And this is there is a law of attraction in this reality. So if you're focused on a problem, guess what? Like attracts like. You're gonna just create more problems. So this is what I mean by how we can just drive ourselves silly with unproductive and needless action. There's so much leverage in doing nothing, and I'm not talking about sitting and watching Netflix or sitting and scrolling on the, whatever your social media or app of choice is. I'm not even talking about sitting and reading a book, although that's definitely preferred and it can be very powerful. But I'm talking about literally doing nothing. You can call it meditating. You don't even have to be eyes closed meditating. You can just be sitting, just purely sitting by yourself, doing absolutely nothing. And what happens is when you get into this place of doing absolutely nothing, first of all, your body comes into a place of deep relaxation. If we're able to let go of the conditioning that's trying to tell us, get up, you got to do something, you're being unproductive, you're being lazy, or or that guilt complex that comes up that says you shouldn't be doing this, you should be out trying to make money or whatever. It can be really difficult to allow ourselves to just literally do nothing for long periods. But this is so powerful because when we do nothing and we get into this super relaxed state, it's when we're in a relaxed state that, first of all, the deepest healing takes place. So if you have kundalini energy flowing through you, the number one thing you should do is just relax the body, allow the mind to relax as much as possible. And this lets her flow, and this lets her heal you with less resistance, and things just go a lot smoother for you. And you can really just kind of, as you're sitting there doing nothing, you can really just kind of dissolve into the kundalini. It's a very beautiful feeling. And the other beautiful thing about just doing nothing, besides the deep healing benefits, is when you're in this relaxed state and you're open. Because when we're doing nothing and we're relaxed, what that really means is we're open. Our energetic centers are open. Because when we're always busy and like contrived and busy work and stuff we don't enjoy doing, we tend to shut down and close down. Like our chakra centers will just, because we're resisting it. We don't want to really be doing what we're doing. So we're in a state of resistance, which means we're energetically closed down. That's why if you're busy doing things you don't want to do all day, you tend to feel lethargic, tired, sick more often. You're just not as vital as you could be. Living out of alignment is a way to really close down the energy centers. But when we are sitting there and we're open and we're relaxed, what we're open to is the universe, inspiration. We're open to solutions. So if you have a problem that has arisen, know that every problem on the other end of it, there's a solution. Or if you have a desire, know that on the other end of a desire, you wouldn't be able to receive a desire if it wasn't possible for you to fulfill. So whenever we have these problems or a desire, instead of taking erroneous, misaligned, and unproductive action, like just action, instead of doing that, if we just allow ourselves to be, if we just allow ourselves to completely just chill, to just relax, and to just, like literally fall into ourself, and in that way allowing ourselves to open, it's amazing the insight you will grasp in that place. It's amazing the inspiration, like you just become inspired to take action instead of taking action from a place of fear and lack and worry and stress. You start taking action from inspiration and joy and peace and love. And this type of action is so much more powerful. I can't even express that to you in words. If you're taking 5%, 1% of the action that you would normally take, from action or from fear and stress and anxiety, if you just did like 1% of that action with the energy of love and peace and joy, you're going to have way better results, like actual results. Because a lot of times stressed out and fearful action, not a lot of times, it's a universal law. Stressed out and fearful action just propagates and attracts more stressed out and fearful action. So any action you do from a stressed out place, you're just going to create more stress. So that's why if you're stressed out and you have an issue that needs to be solved, let yourself relax first. Let the stress dissolve and melt away so that your next action is from a higher place of peace, a place that is not rooted in fear. And in this way, the solution will just really fall into your lap if you even need to do anything. A lot of times with our problems, we think that there needs to even be an action, but many times there doesn't. You don't need to do a thing. The thing that the universe might be calling on you to just allow yourself to relax and to just be and to just shed all these problems you think you have, because a lot of our problems are just manufactured from our psychological drama that we believe is so real. But when we really come to a place of stillness and when we literally do nothing, we can see that, this psychological drama is just something that's going on in my head. It's just an illusion. And these problems aren't even real. And these problems I've just been creating so I can keep this psychological drama going in my head and in my life. But really these problems, they don't even need to be here. And then we can just kind of let go of the psychological drama. And from this place, our next movements can be ones that are in alignment with our highest good, our highest self. Our next movements can be in alignment with serving the Most High, with serving the One. Because when we take aligned action, what we're doing is we're showing ourselves self-love. When we do things we love, we show ourselves that, yes, we do love ourselves. And when we're able to love ourselves, that's when we can really start to give at our fullest capacity. So it's not about going out there and forcing yourself into some type of action just so you can feel like you cross something off your to-do list for the day, or so that your mind can be okay, I was productive today, I did this and this. It's about letting go of the need for that, because there's not a lot of leverage in that, and that kind of action will just kind of drain you, and it will you'll find yourself a lot of times kind of at the end of your rope, at the end of your energy, just flat out exhausted and stressed. And you'll find that the reality you're creating, the reality that's surrounding you, isn't one that is in alignment with who you really are. And a big reason why we take these actions that are from fear and stress or anger, or this need to get something done, it's just a lot of conditioning. Like I was saying, it's been social, it's been it's like your karma. You've inherited it maybe. And when we come to this place of stillness, and when we do nothing, here's the last point I want to end on, and the most beautiful benefit of doing nothing. It gives you so much leverage to do absolutely nothing, because when you're doing nothing, all this conditioning will arise. You can actually feel it, and you can actually start seeing the thoughts saying, "Get up, you got to do this," and then you'll feel where that's coming from. If you're up, you will feel, oh, that's just fear, that's just stress, that is just preoccupied action, that isn't actually really what is needed. This is just for the mind to stay in control so it can continue figuring things out. And you'll see your mind. Your mind will try to manipulate you even. You'll watch it. It'll try to, first of all, it'll try to guilt you. And when that doesn't work, it'll try to scare you. It'll be like, if you don't do anything, you're just gonna, you're gonna starve to death. How are you gonna pay your bills? How is this and this and that? You know what I mean? It starts using fear tactics. But then when that doesn't work, you might even get angry. Your mind might even get very pissed and frustrated. You might feel this anger boiling up in you, like, oh, I gotta do something. I just gotta do it, And then what you'll notice is that anger, that fear, first of all, as you let that arise, it transforms into like this excitement for what you really want to do. And the anger that arises, that transforms into this power so that you'll have the confidence to do what you really want to do. Because a lot of times we don't do what we really want to do because we're scared and we feel like we don't have the inner, confidence to do it. So we'll just naturally go back to the old way of doing things out of fear and stress and anger because it's just, it may not feel good, but at least we know we can do it. It's not unknown, it's not uncertain, and we'll just kind of keep doing those things that make us feel mediocre. But when we can just sit and do absolutely nothing and allow those feelings to arise, we'll just watch them fall away. And as they fall away, we'll start feeling internally how they're transforming. And then after you've done this for a while, after you've done this maybe for many days, many weeks, many months, as those feelings start transforming more and more, then you'll start getting these inspired ideas, these ideas to take action because they make you feel joy and they make you feel love and they make you feel peace. And this is the action that Spirit is calling on you to take. So I hope that this video was helpful for you guys. Doing nothing has been a huge part of my healing process, and it's been a huge part of my creative process. The creative cycle is first you have to be, then you do, then you have, and then you go into the void, and then you have to be again, then you do, then you have, and then the void, and then that circle. It's not just do, have, do, have, do, have, do, have, right? You have to be, you have to go into the void, and that's how I create these videos. I'll just sit and do nothing. If I'm not inspired to shoot a video, I won't say, oh, I gotta shoot a video today. What if I don't get a video out today, No, I don't put pressure on myself. I just sit and I feel into really the universe. I feel into Spirit and I feel into what is being called for. And that's the path of doing nothing. It's the path of surrender, and it's the path of the least resistance. And you always want to be in surrender and the path of least resistance, because your actions come from a place of so much more power than they do when you're really trying to force things. So that's the video today, guys. Thank you so much for subscribing and watching and liking and commenting. Also, I want to share that I offer coaching, so I'm really excited to work with anyone who's going through anything difficult, whether it's kundalini related, spiritual awakening related. Feel free to reach out. I'll put a link in the description box, so it's real easy to reach me through that. So other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and namaste.